Hi, good evening. How are you? I guess you are doing good. My name is Shashank, and I welcome you to the series where I'm covering up the book called The Art of Thinking Clearly, where it has 100 chapters, and I'm making a video on each chapter that eventually gonna have we're gonna eventually have 100 videos. It will help me to improve my communication and as well as being in discipline. So that's the challenge I took. So let's start the chapter. So actually, I'm forgetting the numbers, bro. So today the chapter that we are gonna cover, we are on the 16th chapter today. That's called the Chauffer knowledge. So what is Chauffer knowledge? Chauffer knowledge is nothing but rote learning, memorizing things. I'll explain it what I'm trying to say. In our schools, we always have a lot of exams. In our schools and colleges, we write a lot of exams, and we used to cover a lot of chapters. And most of the people, exceptions are always there, but most of the people always, you know, buttify the things. Rote learning, to just copy paste the answers which are in the textbook. When we used to ask our teachers and our the toppers in the class, and we used to ask how you are scoring that good marks, and they used to say just copy paste the textbook answer, just copy paste the exact textbook paragraph in the exams. So now this thing, copy pasting thing doesn't work for me, especially if I'm talking about myself. That's the reason why I should not score that much marks with that much good marks. Uh, because I can't remember, bro. I can't understand things very quickly. It takes very lot. I get a lot of questions in my head whenever I read something or whenever I try to learn something. So for me, whoever the teacher is, if I'm learning something and the instructor who instructs me should have some patience. That's what I pray for whenever I learn something and whenever I ask questions because I have a lot of questions in my head. People don't like answering the questions. If they listen to the questions, they get anger. So that's what shows that Chauffer knowledge is all about. See, people just memorize the things. There was one incident happened in the book. There was a story given where uh, Planck's constant. Yeah, we used to have this in our physics and chemistry. Planck's constant. I didn't remember, but I guess it starts with K. K is equals to something like that. I didn't remember. So this Planck's constant, basically, this person who invented this Planck constant, this person name is Planck. That's the reason why the formula is named as a Planck's constant. This person received a Nobel Prize as a physicist. So after winning Nobel Prize, he went to a lot of conferences in different places, and in each place he used to give the same conference, same speech. So on one day, he went to some place and the anchor stood up and said, Plank, I've listened to your all the conferences, and in every conference you use the same speech. If you allow me, I can give you the same speech that you have given without going any mistake. So the plank said, "Okay, you can give. Let us see." So he just let him give the speech, and the anchor given the speech exactly as the plank given the speech, and everyone in the audience were clapping for the person for the anchor. And after that, there was a person who just stood from the audience and asked that chauffeur about some question, about a question, about a topic. And suddenly the anchor says, have my chauffeur behind, he will answer it now. You know, I mean, the point is that you can mimic someone, you can memorize something, but you cannot understand things. Memorizing is something different, understanding is something different. We see many people in our family and many religious people outside in our society when they say some things with faith to say that first of all, I'm not offending anyone, not judging anyone, but the point is all about we have to improve our understanding. So these people say that about rebirth, and they say that every human has 7 lives. And they say that after death there is hell and heaven, and if you do good things you go to heaven, and if you do bad things you can go to hell. You will be going to hell, bro. The point is that all the stories are bullshit. Seriously, like, we never question it. We just think, seeing things. And if we ask that person, this, and usually see in these people who talk in this way, they have a lot of ego. And when you question them, they don't answer it. They get frustration. The more you attach to some information or anything, when there's the more you attach, the more you resist. That's what how it works. So these people have a lot of ego. And if you ask questions to them, suddenly you ask what is God, and they get frustrated, they get anger. What are you asking? And I ask them, like, what's the basis? On what basis you're saying about this? They say this, that's written in that book. That was seen by that particular person. So they just don't question it. They don't have any deep understanding about it. See, there are two kind of knowledges. One is the knowledge that you can do hard work. I mean, hard work in the sense you give your effort, you give your time, you give your patience, and after some time, after giving a lot of effort, you will understand things from deep in a deeper sense. And that's what the point is. In order to understand things in deeper, it takes effort. It doesn't come in one just click. No, it takes time. So when you understand things in deep, any unorthodox question comes to play, you can answer it because you know things how things work, and you also know what you don't know. Charlie Munger, he says that there are, first of all, you have to understand what you know and what you don't know. We think there are a lot of things that we know about, but actually we don't. I see some people, this is one of my friend. I don't reveal this names, but this person, seeing, I guess he's seeing some his social media algorithm is just reflecting with the show, this all stock market videos. He comes to me and says, bro, as I'm doing job now, he says, comes to me and says, bro, you invest 5,000 every month into the mutual funds, and you will get, after 10 years, you will get 1.5 crore. I said, then I asked, you see, I ask questions. So I don't judge people, but I ask questions. But they get offended. I don't know why. But they get offended. So, okay. So the story, what happened here was I asked him, then how it going to happen? How that 1.5 crore going to come? He says, that's what it is because it's the past data. Because of the past data, it shows there. Bro, it shows, bro. It will show there. But you have a sense that how these things work? How are you gonna get that money? 1.5 crore. No, useless, right? So these people just get things believe on the upper layer. Very very little क्या बोलते छोटी सोच वाले लोग हैं इतना मतलब they don't ask questions. And when I say this, people, even I comes into that because I do. Even sometimes I don't ask questions. I believe blindly, but I'm making a habit uh, to ask questions because this asking questions never taught us. Never, no one taught us, and never taught in our entire life. Because asking questions always seems to be you are a foolish because there is no foolish question or intelligent question. You ask questions, bro. You keep on asking questions because we don't know, right? What is what? And all these stupid people, I just cut it off all the people around me. These days, I'm just staying with myself much more time and spending much more time with myself, with my thoughts, and with my trying to understand my own thought patterns. And if needed, I'm spending the time with in social media of the people who are doing better in their lives. I mean, having some positive mindset and I'm reading that such kind of books. Like this Art of Thinking Clearly, because these people, the you are the average of the five people you stay with. I'm seeing a lot of improvements now when I stay alone. Yeah, the point is all about this. This Chauffer knowledge is nothing but we try to memorize things, but memorizing things doesn't mean that you are right. And how this built? Let's go to the evolution perspective. And if we see the evolution perspective, if we go around 1 lakh years ago, this has been built because that time there is always fight and flight mode. That only helped the humans to survive this many years to whatever the pace that we are in today. So at that time, you don't have a space to pause and ask questions. No, if there is a bush moving in front of you, you have to believe there's a danger and you have to run. Then only you will have been able to survive. Then if suppose if you stayed there and if you say there could be no, there could not be a tiger, there could be something, any small animal. So that doesn't work. So believing that such directly you giving that judgment there and you used to believe and that created a pattern in ourselves. Like I said, you if there is a bush and that's moving in front of you in 1 lakh, I'm talking about previous times, that time early human beings. So if there's a bush moving in front of you and if you believe there's a tiger and you run, then you survive. So that created a pattern in an evolution that created that whatever you see, I mean, that created a stamp inside our brains that that's true. Whatever I know is true. That kind of ego-ness has been developed. So how to get rid of this trap? Basically, nothing, bro. We have to, ask questions. That's it. We should not believe anything that we also know. I'm saying about ourselves. I'm not saying about someone asked you. That's secondary. First thing is that we learn something and we think we know everything. No. Just keep question mark on your information as well. Try to understand the first principles. Try to ask questions. Keep on ask questions. What, how, why, what, how, why. And this, when you ask this, when you understand all these things, then you become calm and you can say that thing that yeah bro, I don't know what you don't know. So that's what is all about. This is called Chauffer knowledge, and if we summarize this, Chauffer knowledge is nothing but memorizing, rote learning, and you might imitate some other guy, some other knowledge, some other person's knowledge, and you might imitate the information which is written in a book, but the understanding remains constant. If you don't understand things from the deep, you cannot never expect that you learn something valuable. Your ego increases if you learn such kind of mimic things, because I said you, the more you attach to the things, the more resistance that you will give. So that's it for the day. I hope I've given some good information in this video. Uh, okay, good. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye. We'll meet in the next video.